So we're doing a chatty get ready with me, and we're going to be talking about college. So we're going to do a couple questions that you guys sent us, and then, you know, other questions too. Just so you know, obviously we're outside, so there's a couple dogs barking, sprinklers going on in some places. So let's just get started. We're both transfer students. We both have been to public schools and now we're going to a private school. So what is your major? You could go first.
So what I'm planning on doing is getting my teaching degree and then going 2 more years and getting my counseling degree. So that's my plan.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, well, that's my plan right now. Yeah, we're learning about each other through a video.
And then my major, it's switched actually quite a bit since I started. I originally was gonna do math education, and then I was like,
what?
Yeah. That's
you were in the education?
That's literally what I committed to college for.
I didn't know that.
But then I was like, I'm just gonna do general classes because I don't want to, like, I'm not like decided. And then I heard a bunch of people like didn't like the program, and also I was just like I don't know, it just didn't seem right. And so I've always been interested in marketing and like business, and so I was going to do business analytics, but then I was like, why don't I just do marketing? Because like I've always loved marketing. And so yeah, I'm officially a marketing major. I'm going into the classes this next semester, so yeah.
You seem like much more of like a marketing major than like
than a teacher. I feel like I would not have enough patience, honestly.
What grade level would you do?
I was doing high school.
High school? Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing like math education because I wanted to do high school math.
That's another thing about me. I'm doing early education, so I'm thinking about 2nd grade, 2nd, 3rd grade, that age range.
How do you stay motivated? So to stay motivated for me personally, we're very social. Both of us are.
Yeah.
We hung out with each other every single day the last semester, and we met each other last semester. So
stay on your BFFs.
Yeah, but anyway, so we're extremely social, and basically it was really hard to like find time to actually do homework.
I did my homework, so throughout the semester, my Jess and then our other friend had work every single day, and I didn't have a job during that time, so I literally every time, I know it smells so good, every time that they went to work, I like jammed out my homework. Like I was like, I gotta get it done. I cranked it out. I'm like, oh, because when they were back, I was way too distracted.
Yeah, and then for me, there's 2 things. I like to work around people because I come from a big family, and so I always have to do my homework with other people. So a lot of times I would go out and literally just like go to a coffee shop with other friends, and sometimes she would go with us, but she just wouldn't do homework.
I'm the complete opposite. I'm a person that needs complete isolation to do any work at all. Any little thing will distract me. So my main thing was just getting in a place where I'm by myself. I could not study in my dorm room at all because that's a whole different thing. Like
I could.
When I'm in my dorm room, it's like I get too tired and I get so distracted with like everything else, and yeah.
Don't study or do homework in your bed. It was kind of impossible for me because I had a lofted bed last semester, but it is so distracting and makes you so tired when you try to do homework in your bed. It's always good to do it at a desk, at a coffee shop, like somewhere where you could actually be productive. And also another thing I would say is like definitely keep a planner. With college, professors, I don't know if you know, if you're not in college yet, professors do not really remind you about assignments. They kind of just tell you, or sometimes they don't even tell you about it and put it in the syllabus. And so you yourself have to keep like knowing what is next and what you have to do next. And so that's really good to have a planner. It says, what is it like being on campus full time? And I first wanted to start off as a disclaimer. Both of us, this is our first semester being on a campus, like living on campus, because since she was at a community college, she was living at home, and then since I was close by, I was living at home to be cheaper and everything. And so both of us like have never lived on campus, so this is our first semester. basically living on campus is completely different atmosphere than going to college and not living on campus. Like, wouldn't you say? It's crazy how different it is.
For me, I experienced at the community college I went to, it was very hard to make connections and very hard to get involved in stuff unless you were literally like, I ended up joining a theater club where I was at, and even with that, like, because my drive was about a 35-40 minute drive each day to college, and so it was hard to stick around and hang out with people. But at a campus, like, you're constantly around people.
Yeah, you're around people 24/7. Like, even, well, especially most people have roommates, so like, yeah, you're at least by your roommates if you're not like out and about. So like, no matter what, you're constantly around people. You go to bed, you're around people. You are eating, you're around like plenty of people.
Oh yeah, that's something about our campus that was a lot different, is we had one dining hall, or one one place to eat, and we have a very small campus, and so everyone is there between a 2-hour period of time. So that's like a huge thing. I kept calling it like it's almost like a summer camp, because everyone like goes to the dining hall and it's so fun, and also like you meet new people like on a daily basis, like and this is probably even more true on a bigger campus, but like we still have met like new people pretty much every single day. Like, we made it a goal a couple times to like sit by like people that we didn't know, and sometimes it worked out. Like, we actually made one of our really good friends from just like having them sit with us at dinner. How much do you use Quizlet, coursehero, studyblue, etc.? I have Quizlet is my life. If I'm studying for a test, Quizlet is the thing to use. I don't know about the other ones. I haven't really heard of those before, but like,
honestly, for me, I never used any of them.
Really?
Yeah, so like for me, I always love writing things down and like studying like the old-fashioned way. It says, how is your first semester ending?
Oh, well,
that's ironic.
It's so weird being on campus. We had 3 months that we were there, and like finally getting used to the routine of living on your own, and finally getting used to not having that parental person around you all the time. Yeah. And then going from that and then
weird.
completely going back to having a parent and being at home. That was very hard for me, at least, and it caused a lot of tension between my parents and I, because I was finally used to leaving, which I think is similar to a lot of college people. Like, the email came out and everyone started like, there was half people that were like, yes, spring break early.
I was like, what?
And then other people were like, what is happening? And that,
like, so terrified, absolutely.
And so the course of those 2 days were just great, and I ended up leaving right away that night. Because I thought, because Jess was so sick and we just went on the 5-hour drive together, and we were not being the safest,
it'd be better to be out home.
Yeah, so I was like, I should get home tonight, because if I end up getting sick, like, I don't want to have to drive or have my parents come down or anything, so I just left that night.
Yeah, and then I ended up leaving literally the next day, because my mom was like, okay, if you meet us halfway, we'll pick you up and you don't have to drive the rest of the halfway.
I feel bad that you drove so sick. Well, your car was down there, so
yeah. So I had to drive like 2 hours, I think a little less than 2 hours, and I was so sick. I was like, I don't know. It was so good that like I ended up like making it safely, because I honestly shouldn't have been driving. I was like about to pass out whenever I stood. That's how sick I was.
Yeah, she was so bad.
But anyways, so yeah,
that was a long story time.
And then yeah,
we thought we were gonna go back in 2 weeks, because they were saying like 2 weeks spring break, and we're like, so everyone was excited because they're like, oh, it's spring break, like we get an extra week. But that whole spring break, like slowly we started getting more news, like, oh, like we're gonna extend it, oh, like they can't, like, we don't know if we're gonna open campus. And then the campus completely shut down and we did online school, and I
was so hard.
That day I remember being very, very upset, but luckily
we were all kind of like tearing and all of that. Like, we're so sad because it's like it was our first semester there and it just got cut so short, and like we felt like there was so much more that we could have done and everything.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was a really long story time. Hopefully I can cut that a little bit shorter.
Oh my
A
God.
lot of them are about partying.
Oh yeah, we go to a Christian campus, and so that wasn't really a thing for us, and that for me was a big part about wanting to go to a Christian campus, because that is really not my life. Like that's really not something that like totally like cool if you do it. Like I don't care, but for me personally, that's just not the college experience I wanted, and so that was a big part of me picking a Christian campus, because I didn't want that kind of environment.
Oh, have you already obtained the freshman 15?
Yes.
I feel like we both did.
Yes.
We talked about this. It's so hard to stay healthy when like there's only well, for her there's even less options because
I have celiac, so that was something with that's a whole different thing. With us, partying wasn't a thing, so going out to eat, especially living on a small campus, was like an activity
it's
to do.
our thing.
Like
In-N-Out all the way.
Our campus was really close to In-N-Out, and that's the thing we did. Like when you wanted to go out off of campus, you go and get food.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of
I don't think I gained 15, but I definitely gained weight, and so I was
I weighed myself up right when I got back, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think I gained like 10. But also another thing is I'm kind of picky, like especially with the cafeteria food, because sometimes I'm just like no. So I would always go to like if I didn't like anything, I would just have pizza. And so it was really bad.
She had pizza like how many times a week? Probably like 7 times a week. At least once a day she had
like
pizza.
That was like 1 meal a day.
How are you not sick of that? The big thing for me was they had a soft serve ice cream machine, and that was my killer. Like
I didn't really get that much.
the strawberry one.
The strawberry, but that was like twice in the entire time. But yes, so we did. To answer that question, and we're gonna be a lot healthier. We're gonna be roommates next year, so we're gonna hold each other accountable. But yes, be careful what you eat and like how much you eat. Any advice for high school seniors? Or also, I feel like we could do any advice for high school seniors or people that are transferring to a different college.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would say the number one thing is get involved right away.
Yes, that was something big that I noticed.
Make sure you're always like, if someone asks to hang out, just like try not to say no.
That's how we became best friends.
Yeah, like because we never would say no. We were like the group that would.
When
never say
I
no.
walked onto campus, my main goal, I was like, if people ask me to hang out, I'm gonna say yes. Until I have a close group of friends, like I'm just gonna say yes to everything.
Same.
And thank goodness I did because the first day we went to orientation, and a few people were like, oh, let's go out after and stuff. And in my head, I was like, I really don't want to. But thank goodness I did, because we wouldn't have. Like,
yeah, that's so crazy because I had the same goal too. I was just like, the first day, like we both got there early, and the first day I was literally so anxious. I didn't go out of my room because I was like, I don't want to go. Like I'm too scared.
I was the complete opposite. I literally was like in my room, like, should I go do something? Like I feel so weird just sitting here. Like I want to go meet people, but like obviously I couldn't because I got there early and there was not really anyone there.
There was no one there.
And so I was like, I feel like I should be doing something and like trying to find people, but yeah. And
there was people in my hall, but I just felt like weird to like go and like say hi to them and stuff because like especially because we transferred mid-semester.
Yeah,
and
it's
so like everyone already
different.
knew each other.
Like it was so much different. Like if you're an incoming freshman and you like everyone is starting out at the same time as you. For us, there was a group of about 20 people who came in new, which kind of made us all super close because we're kind of all in the same boat. Yeah. But like for freshmen, it's like everyone's trying to make friends. Everyone's being social and everyone wants to like, you know, find those friend groups. And so for us, it was like coming in, like everyone already had those solid friend groups. And so for us coming in, like we had to kind of like we had to make the first, like, we had to approach people and everyone was kind of like, who are these?
Yeah, who are these people? Like, we would come up to people and be like, hi, we're transfer students.
And they'd be like,
super nice. They'd be like, oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, like, and it's such a small campus that people noticed us because everyone's like, oh, haven't seen them before. Like, they must be new.
It was so weird. Like, the first few times we were in dining hall, everyone was like debating if we're like people like just visiting or if we're like transfers, and like I heard people say like, oh, I think they're transfer students. Like people literally knew that we were like new and they had never seen us before, but everyone was super nice. And that's like a benefit of being on a Christian campus, is like most people are like, you know, like open to like getting to know you and, like, all that.
Honestly, I think that us being transfer students, it made us connect super closely as a group, because we were kind of all in the same, like thrown in the same situation, and so we had to like kind of find those people really quickly, and it made all the transfer students, but in the future, like a few of us, like super duper close. I'd say just like for me, a big thing was just getting my stuff done, because I knew after I got all my stuff done, like I could go do stuff. So when I finished classes every day around 2, and I would go to my dorm, take like a 5-minute break, and then just do all my homework.
Have a schedule.
Yeah, because if I didn't get my homework done right then, I would not be motivated in the evening to do it. And
so
because
we always did stuff at nighttime, and so
especially since at our school we had like a certain dinner time, so like after dinner I would have a struggle, like even like taking a break from my homework and going to dinner, I had a struggle like going back and being motivated to actually do more stuff. That swing, if that's in the background, that's gonna annoy me so much. There's a swing going right there, and you guys can probably hear it's going. Oh, it stopped. Okay, it's kind of going.
And kind of going off with what we said, like not really having privacy or alone time or different things like that. I would highly recommend, because like especially if you have a roommate, I would highly recommend to take those time, even if you don't have a car, like go on a walk, go in your car, have alone time like every day.
Because you go crazy.
Especially if you're an introvert, because like literally I would get so emotionally exhausted that I would literally just like bawl at the end of the night. Not because like it was bad, like it was such a good experience, but like
so fun. I
would never just like have my just alone time, especially if you're a Christian. It's so important to like wake up either in the morning or like have a time set apart where you're like, okay, this is my time with God, this is my alone time where I could actually reset and be able to like go about my day.
That's something I very much did a lot. I was kind of saying like after I got done with classes, I kind of automatically went back to my dorm and started homework, but something I did for like my break time, I did my devotions right when I got back from my dorm, because I was still doing stuff, but I was having a peaceful time, and I did my devotions. And my big thing is journaling, so I would always journal about how my day is going and journal and just write my prayer requests down, and it very much relieved anxiety, especially if I had something from class that was making me anxious. So it got me in a nice calm mood, and I was able to keep motivated by actually keep doing stuff.
I don't know if I'm posting the vlogs first or this, but if you haven't met her, this is
Hi,
Stella.
I'm Stella. We're gonna be roommates next year.
Yes, and so we'll have a lot of upcoming videos, and I feel like I'm more confident and I'm more like enthusiastic when I'm around people in the videos, and so yeah, that's why I'm acting like a little bit different. But anyways, yeah, we'll have a lot of upcoming videos, probably like starting August, September, and so we'll have a move-in vlog, like all the above. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you can see all those.
You see more of this beautiful face.
And this beautiful face.
Oh yes, I'll be on a lot.
I like how I have like 2 scrunchies.
Right? Oh, I do have one.
But anyways, so yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Bye guys.
Bye.